feel about, I mean, a line item on any farm book right now is insurance. Do you want to comment on insurance at all, private and public and all of that?
Insurance backstops have always been significantly important in the agricultural industry, but it seems to me, given the size and scale of our current players in the market, whether you're a 2,500 acre farm or a 25,000 acre farm, the cost outlay because of inflation and the agronomic improvements and the strength of our crop production systems. But with that comes an enormous investment. And we saw it last year with the drought, and possibly this year with too much moisture on the eastern side of Saskatchewan, where they just received a significant snow and rainstorm, and into Manitoba, that the volatility and the uncertainty of the weather surrounding crop production is so significant. It would terrify me that our industry partners are not well covered in whichever way, shape, or fashion they view as appropriate, whether it's crop insurance, hail insurance, private insurance, agri stability. That network and framework of systems has to be solidly built, and between both private industry partners and government, because the entire life's fortunes of these farms can dissipate in two bad crop production years. You look at friends west of your farm, Sherilyn, who combined 3 bushel durum. You didn't have to go very far west of Mossbank to have massive catastrophic results in farm operations. And so that's always been a paramount. Everyone thinks I'm a aggressive supporter of global ag risk because of my involvement in it, but my support of global ag risk and crop insurance and ag stability and hail insurance and all in all their forms is because I've seen the volatility of the industry. And it's hard when you have a decade. It's easy to forget if you have a decade of pretty good crops. You forget Mother Nature still can throw you a left hook that you didn't know was there. I talked to a grower west of Manitoba, or east of Winnipeg, I should say, who produced 8 bushel canola. And he is a really good canola producer. And he said, I never would have imagined in my lifetime, Dean, I could produce sub $10 bushel canola on my farm operation. And so I really, really, really hope that boardrooms of the farms that we all deal with remember that stuff can happen that's well and above beyond their control. And so I think a lot of energy and support and time should be spent on making sure that framework is solid for the operations to continue in the future.
You know, Dina, when I think back to what's changed from the family farm that I grew up on, you know, what was different for my dad farming that might be different now. One of the things that stands out the most is the risk management tools that we have available. Still, Mother Nature, you know, is a business partner on my dad's farm back then and on our farm now. So weather continues to be a big risk, but there wasn't the risk management tools available to farmers 20 years ago that there are now. We have a plethora. We have brochures of different risk management tools. So much so that it's overwhelming and takes hours and hours of office time going through the different options for us. Do you think that farmers are taking the best advantage of the programs that are available, or do we not actually have the expertise to sort through all of these programs that are available to us and make the best decisions? And on top of that is the cost of it. So we have to sort out where our risk tolerance is, and that can be different because each generation that's on my farm now has a different risk tolerance. But as you indicate, the cost of not protecting a farm is so substantial, the farm could not exist after 1 year of tragedy.
Yeah, and what I do want to make sure that everyone, and lots of M&P people are guilty of it, is turning it into a math exercise. Well, just to be absolutely clear, you could have 3 PhDs in mathematics, and there's no possible way you could do it would take a formula the size of this room I'm in to calculate the number of combinations and permutations that could result from different set of circumstances. Really, what we have to do is we have to do a simple base analysis, but most important is get a system designed that you have strength and confidence to go forward and execute the crop to the best of your ability. And so everyone underappreciates the impact mentally having a solid system backing you does for your confidence. And I put it in comparison to a goalie who's playing with confidence versus a goalie who doesn't believe he's the #1 goalie or she's the #1 goalie, and is more worried about failure than they are about aggressively pursuing success. And that's where I need growers to get to be confident and comfortable with it, and then just go execute the crop production to the best of their ability, given the things that Mother Nature throws at them.
I would agree with you, Dean. I also think there's another hook in there, and that's the financial institutions' obligations that they place on farms to be at higher levels of insurance. So, for example, I might feel very comfortable with a certain level of insurance going into it, but there's a lot of financial institutions that are requiring much more than that. And that also increases the price tag of what risk management looks like per farm.
Yeah, that's an issue where lots of business partners, whether it be spouses, whether it be bankers, whether it be at input suppliers, have a range of different perspectives on this issue. And it really, but in depending on each partner's influence, governs the system pushed on the other partners. And so capital structure on an aggressively growing farm is gonna have the financial institutions lean a little more aggressively to protecting their downside. But with that comes the benefits of an aggressive expansion. So there is no right or wrong in that, and each partner has their own take on it.